Good morning, students. This is Sheba. Now we are going to discuss about the electronic devices, Unit 5, power devices and display devices. Before getting into the topic of discussion, since it is a new unit, let us have a brief intro of the syllabus what we are all going to discuss in this unit. Unit 5, Power Devices and Display Devices covers UJT, SCR, Diac, Triac, Power BJT, Power MOSFET, GMOS, VMOS, which comes under the power devices. Regarding the display devices, we will be discussing about LED, LCD, phototransistor, optocoupler, solar cell, CCD. Regarding the textbook and the reference book, this is the suggested text and reference book which we have mentioned in this slide, and also I have the local author textbook for your reference. Corresponding to the NPTEL lecture material references, I have given the power devices and display devices videos and also materials which you can refer for this unit. Moving to the topic power devices and display devices. Power devices, yes, how it is used to produce the power or current by using these devices. And display devices, from the name itself you can see it is used for displaying the output, displaying any data which you have applied, etc. So regarding the power devices, in this first session, we are going to discuss about UJT, Uni-Junction Transistor. Here you can see the schematic structural representation of the UJT as well as its symbol, where two base and one emitter circuit is given. Base 1, base 2 represents two base of the device, and emitter E, which is doped with PN junction of silicon type. N-type bar act as the base in which P layer is coated as the emitter. Uni-junction transistor UJT is a two-layered, three-terminal solid-state switching device. Unlike BJT, it has only one junction. That's why it is said to be uni-junction transistor. This UJT can act as an electrically operated solid-state switch, and so it is a current control device. It is also known as double base diode because, like a diode, it also has two layers and one junction. The major difference between the diode is that it has two terminals, whereas in UJT it has three terminals. As we have said earlier, UJT, Uni-Junction Transistor, is an electronic semiconductor device that has only one junction with the three terminals, namely an emitter and two bases B1 and B2. The base is formed by lightly doped N-type bar of silicon. Two ohmic contacts B1 and B2 are attached at its ends. The emitter is of P-type and it's heavily doped. The resistance between this B1 and B2 when the emitter is open circuit is said to be inter-base resistance, which is an important question which will be frequently asked from this topic. Moving to the operation of UJT, the device has normally B2, which is positive with respect to B1. If voltage VBB, that is base to base voltage, is applied between B2 and B1 with emitter open, a voltage gradient is established along the N-type bar. The voltage V1 between the emitter and B1 establishes a reverse bias of PN junction and an emitter current is cut off. Small leakage current flows from B2 to emitter, which you can clearly see in this circuit diagram given. You can see the first diagram represents without any voltage, that is no biasing is given, whereas in second diagram biasing voltage is given. According to that, the current starts flowing inside the device. If a positive voltage is applied at E, that is emitter, the PN junction remains reverse biased as long as the input is less than V1. When this voltage exceeds V1, the PN junction becomes forward biased. Here, holes are injected from P-type towards B1. The device goes under the on state in this condition. If a negative pulse is applied to E emitter, the PN junction is reverse biased and the emitter current is cut off, and the device remains in off state. Moving to the characteristics, you can see the VI characteristics, that is emitter voltage versus emitter current, and the point Vp is said to be the pinch off point, where the negative resistance region occurs between the IP to IV, where V is the valley point. That is, after reaching the maximum point, peak value P, it dropped down to a valley point V. That region between the P and V is said to be the negative resistance region. And after the negative resistance region, the current reaches a saturated value, which is said to be saturation region. And the previous region before starting the currents to flow is to be the cutoff region, and region between the 0 to getting to the maximum point is said to be the leakage current. Initially in cutoff region, as VE increases from 0, slight leakage current flows from terminal B2 to the emitter. Above a certain value of VE, forward current IE begins to flow, increasing until the peak voltage Vp and current Ip are reached at point P. After the peak point P, an attempt to increase VE is followed by a sudden increase in emitter current IE with a corresponding decrease in VE. This is a negative resistance portion of curve because in IE, VE decreases. Major application by using this characteristics is in switching circuits, pulse generator and sawtooth generator. Moving to the advantages of UJT, it is a very low cost device but has a wide variety of applications, and it has good electrical and temperature characteristics which provides a very good switching response. It provides unidirectional conductivity, that's why it is good for reverse current blocking circuits. Moving to the disadvantages of UJT, it cannot be used in linear amplifiers and it can work with only low to moderate frequency, and so it is not suitable for very high frequency circuits. It has negative impedance property, and that's why it is not suitable for use in some logic circuits. The major applications of UJT is that it is used for triggering of SCR and TRIAC, and used for synchronous oscillators pulse generator circuits that work at low to moderate frequency, and it is also used in both voltage regulated and current regulated switch mode power supply circuit. It is used for a large amount of AC power control with static devices, which increases safety, integrating control, accurate control and reliability of the circuit. Along with that, it is also used in digital voltage frequency measurement circuits, and also used as an electronic solid state switch, which is used in Hall effect sensor for magnetic flux measurement purposes, and also used to make relaxation oscillator circuits, phase control and timing circuits. It is also used for various waveform generation circuits like sawtooth waveform generation, etc. Moving to another major topic, SCR, silicon controlled rectifier. Here you can see the structural as well as the symbolic representation of SCR, which has three terminals as anode, cathode and gate. Anode forms from the P layer and cathode from N layer opposite N. Gate occupies the P layer near the cathode. Three junctions with 4 layers occurs in this SCR. It connects power such that the anode is positive with respect to the cathode. No current will flow. An SCR is a semiconductor device that acts as a true electronic switch. It can change alternating current and at the same time can control the amount of power fed to the load. SCR combines the features such as rectifier and transistors. You can see the diagrammatic representation of semiconductor layers in SCR. When a PN junction is added to a junction transistor, the resulting pre-PN junction device is said to be SCR. You can see clearly here PN. So it is joined to form an SCR. Ordinary rectifier, that is PN junction, and a junction transistor NPN combined in one unit to form PNPN device. Three terminals are taken, one from the outer P-type material called as anode, and a second from the outer N-type material called cathode K, and third from the base of transistor which is called as gate. GSCR is a solid state equivalent of thyratron. The gate, anode and cathode of SCR correspond to the grid plate, and cathode of thyratron SCR is called thyristor. Moving to the working principle of SCR, load is connected in series with anode. The anode is always kept at positive potential with respect to cathode. When gate is open, no voltage applied to gate. J2 junction is reverse biased while J1 and J3 are forward biased, which you can see in the diagram. J1 and J3 is in opposite NPN transistor with base open. No current flows through the load RL and SCR is cutoff region. If we apply voltage is gradually increased, a stage is reached where RB junction J2 breakdown, the SCR now conducts heavily and is said to be in on state. The applied voltage with which SCR conducts heavily without gate voltage is said to be the breakover voltage. When gate is positive with respect to cathode, the SCR can be made to conduct heavily at smaller applied voltage by applying small positive potential to the gate. J3 is forward bias and J2 is reverse bias. The electron from N-type material start moving from across J3 towards a left, holes from P-type moves towards right. Electrons from J3 are attracted across junction J2 and the gate current starts flowing as soon as gate current flows, anode current increases. FB refers to forward bias and RB refers to the reverse bias here. The increased anode current in turn makes more electrons available at junction J2 breakdown and SCR starts conducting heavily. The gate loses all control if the gate voltage is removed. Anode current does not increase at all. The only way to stop conduction is to reduce the applied voltage to zero. And the breakover voltage, that is the minimum voltage forward bias gate being open at which SCR starts conducting heavily, that is turned on. Peak reverse voltage is another term which is the maximum reverse voltage applied to an SCR without conducting in the reverse condition. Holding current, which is the maximum anode current, gate being open at which SCR is turned off from on conditions. Moving to the characteristics and ratings of SCR, you can see the IV, that is current to voltage characteristics, IF to VF, where forward conduction region is clearly marked for IA is equal to 0. There is no conduction and starts conducting after the breakover voltage. And also forward blocking region is given. Forward breakover voltage is nothing but the voltage at which SCR enters forward conduction on region. Holding current, as we have seen, the value of anode current for which SCR to remain in on region. And gate trigger current, value of gate current to which SCR is on. Average forward current is another term, maximum continuous anode current that the SCR can withstand. Reverse breakdown voltage, that is the maximum reverse voltage before SCR breaks into avalanche. So these are all the major terms in SCR. Another forward current rating, that is the maximum anode current that an SCR is capable of passing without destruction. Circuit fusing rating, it is the product of square of forward surge current and the time of duration of the surge, which is clearly marked in the graph given below. So VI characteristics of SCR for forward characteristics as well as the reverse characteristics is marked here. Forward conduction mode on state latching current holding current is also marked, where VB mod refers to the forward breakover voltage and VBR refers to reverse breakover voltage. IG is the gate current. Moving to the advantages of SCR, it switches large levels of current using only a small control current, and it can switch high voltages, able to control AC power, much smaller in size compared to the transformer, and so it is simpler to control. Turn on gain is very high and low cost. Moving to the disadvantages, it cannot be easily turned off, and so for this reason it is not suitable for high power DC circuits. Though suitable for high power AC circuits, ironically it will convert the AC to DC. In an AC circuit, it need to be turned on for each cycle. Moving to the real-time applications of SCR, it is used in power control switching devices for DC circuit breaker, over voltage protection, pulse circuits, battery charging regulators, zero voltage switching characteristics, AC power control with solid relays, triac 0-point switch applications. And now, moving to the important questions of the topic we have discussed about UJT and SCR. Part A, 2 marks. Define intrinsic standoff ratio of UJT. Define negative resistance region and value point with respect to UJT. Draw the characteristics of UJT. What is SCR? Explain its construction in brief. Draw the characteristics of SCR. State any four specifications of SCR. Yes, you have to write. Draw means you have to specifically draw the characteristics, VI or IV characteristics, and you have to explain them in detail. Moving to the part B and C, 13 marks and 15 marks. Explain the basic construction and working of UJT. Draw its equivalent circuit. Explain the operation characteristics and application of SCR. Yes, you have to draw the UJT and SCR in clearly and explain them in detail. For any question, you have to prepare them as a 13 marks or 15 marks, and from that you can sort out to the marks accordingly they have asking. Important links for reference. Here I have given the important website link for application oriented of the topic we have discussed now, and also book references correspondingly electronic devices UA Bakshi AP Godse, page number of 5th chapter 1 to 12 corresponds to the topic of discussion. Moving to the applications, real-time applications of UJT and SCR, as I have mentioned, switching is one of the major application which you can see in all the devices we have seen, and especially regarding this power devices of UJT and SCR, switching circuits, DC or AC switching circuits, whatever it is, this plays a major role in switching and regulating them according to the input we are giving. It keeps them in on state or off state and stabilize them to work according to the power level, so that it avoids the device from getting damaged. This is one of the major applications of SCR and UJT. If you have any doubts in this, you can ask me and get the details. Thank you.